People starting to think that Jay-Z is going broke. And here's why. This is a video of the current CEO of Roc Nation talking about how they might be having to file for bankruptcy.
It's like why she mixes things, she figures things out. So we have our own little products that she's been thinking of for years. We all know she has all this colored hair that she wears wigs a lot to protect her hair. But, you know, she wanted to keep our hair healthy.
I grew up in a hair salon. My mom owned a hair salon. I grew up with every type of Black woman, from lawyers to doctors, to teachers, to the everyday Black woman, to the side chick.
Solange is absolutely fuming right now. And no, this isn't some casual clapback or trivial tea. It's personal, messy, and straight out of the family vault. Rumor has it Jay-Z is allegedly scheming to strong-arm his way into Beyoncé's new empire, Sacred, and Solange is not having it. She's reportedly beyond furious, while Tina Knowles is tossing sly digs on social media, and fans are betting this could spiral into a full-blown Carter-Knowles war. But, and that's not even the wildest part. Rumors online say Jay-Z's sudden interest in Sacred could be because his own empire is cracking. Remember, he just took a massive $58 million second mortgage on his Bel Air mansion. And everyone's asking, why would a billionaire need that kind of loan? The math isn't adding up. And let's not act innocent, Jay-Z and Diddy's past business ties are looking way more suspicious now that both of them are under fire. With Sean Combs tangled in all those explosive lawsuits, Jay-Z has been eerily silent. Not a word. Not a hint. Sources say he's been retreating quickly, keeping as far from the mess as possible. But here's where it gets shady. Some fans believe those old connections to Diddy might be why Jay-Z's own money moves aren't landing like they once did. The rumor is simple, yet wild. While Jay-Z is out here managing debts and dodging Diddy's mess, he could be scheming to sneak into Beyoncé's company just to preserve that billionaire boss persona. And if that's true, rest assured Solange and Miss Tina are poised to spill it all. Before we even unpack Sacred, the obvious remains Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just industry friends. They were business twins. Liquor ventures, lavish parties, over-the-top flaunting, you name it. Jay-Z had Dust and Ace of Spades. Diddy had Ciroc, and together they dominated the luxury world. And for proof, just check those vintage shots of Jay-Z and Diddy side by side at that infamous billionaire brunch.
20, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black billionaires lunch. You understand?
Right.
And we here together, and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Right.
To us.
Black excellence.
Fast forward to today, and the entire energy has flipped. Sean Combs is caught in one of hip-hop's craziest scandals ever. Lawsuits stacking up, raids everywhere, and accusations flying from all directions. It's pure chaos out here. And Jay-Z? Complete radio silence. Not a word, no statement, no defense, not even a cryptic post. Even 50 Cent couldn't resist, dragging him into the chaos. But Jay-Z? He vanished.
Surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that long.
That silence from Jay-Z is louder than any statement he could drop. Because when you've been entangled in business with someone like Diddy, the last thing you need is that spotlight swinging at you. Fans online are already connecting dots, claiming Jay-Z is keeping quiet to protect himself, his reputation, his brand, and especially that billionaire bag he loves to flaunt. And let's be real, the timing couldn't be worse. Just as everyone started questioning why Jay-Z was acting like a ghost, boom, the news about his Bel Air mansion mortgage surfaced. That's when the money chatter exploded online. People started asking all the obvious questions. If Jay-Z is sitting on billions, Why is he taking out a second mortgage just to hold on to a house? Something isn't adding up. Back in April 2025, reports confirmed that Jay-Z and Beyoncé took out a second loan on their Bel Air estate. And it wasn't small change. We're talking a massive $58 million, pushing their total debt on that property past $110 million. Fans immediately started side-eyeing that move, and the reactions were insane. Just look at how quickly people were calling out that suspicious Bel Air mortgage.
So, Jay-Z and Beyoncé took out a $57 million loan on their Bel Air mansion. And people are curious as to why they would make that move and saying that, oh, I knew they were broke and stuff like that.
Officially, Jay-Z's team is spinning that massive mortgage as strategic. The public line is that he and Beyoncé just wanted to free up cash for new ventures, which sounds fine on paper, but let's be real, fans weren't buying it. The online chatter blew up. People started asking, wait, why does a billionaire need a loan? Why not just pay in cash? That's when the whispers about Jay-Z secretly struggling started heating up. And honestly, this isn't the first time his business moves have raised eyebrows. From Rockefeller to Tidal, not every Jay-Z venture has stayed on top. When you really start peeling back the layers of his so-called billion-dollar empire, the cracks appear fast. No one can deny Jay-Z built one of hip-hop's most insane business runs. He went from hustling CDs out of his car to owning stakes in liquor, sports, and tech. On paper, it screams billionaire boss energy. But when you look closer, some of those wins don't sparkle quite as much. Let's rewind a bit. Back in the 90s, Jay-Z co-founded Rockefeller Records, a move that changed the culture forever. Then came Rockaware in 1999. It was huge in its prime, dominating both the streets and the charts. But by 2007, Jay-Z sold it for around $24 million, and the hype fizzled out faster than anyone anticipated. And just to refresh your memory on how it all began, here's Jay-Z himself explaining how Rockefeller even came to life.
We were forced in the beginning. I wish I could say we were geniuses and said we're going to start our own company. You know, in the beginning, we went to every single label and every single label shut their door on us. The genius thing that we did was we didn't give up. We didn't say, because these guys, you know, we use that what do they know approach. You know, we didn't give up at that point. I think that that was the genius thing we did. We started selling our own CDs and we built our own buzz, and then the record company came back to us. So now we had a different negotiation.
But by 2008, Jay-Z sold it for around $24 million, and the hype fizzled out faster than anyone anticipated. And just to refresh your memory on how it all began, here's Jay-Z himself explaining how Rockefeller even came to life. And we can't ignore his liquor empire. Ace of Spades champagne and Dust cognac kept him sparkling in the luxury lane for years. But even that's getting messy now, with reports of behind-the-scenes legal battles with Bacardi over control and ownership. Still, Jay-Z kept flexing that mogul energy at every turn. Just listen to how he hyped that new partnership.
Why Moet?
Yeah, they just was aligned in our thinking and thoughts and, the way they care about products and creating products. When we built Armand from the ground up, we wanted to do things right. The integrity of it had to be right. The soil, of course, it had to be in champagne because it can't be called champagne unless it's from the region.
On top of all that, Jay-Z even dove into venture capital with Marcy Venture Partners, his major investment firm. He poured cash into everything from Uber to luxury cannabis brands like Monogram. Serious boss energy. But here's the catch, none of those investments are exactly thriving anymore. Things are starting to look a bit shaky.
Jay-Z is Silicon Valley's latest venture capitalist. Business Insider is reporting that Jay is expanding his business to the world of startup investments by launching his own venture capital firm. Paperwork filed to the state of California last month reveals that Sean Carter is creating a fund called Marcy Venture Partners with the help of Roc Nation's president Jay Brown and Walden Venture Capital's managing director Lauren.
So, yeah, Jay-Z has the resume of a full-blown mogul. No doubt about it. But when you really zoom in, the picture isn't as shiny as it seems. Several of his ventures have been sold, slowed, or gotten caught up in legal drama. And that's exactly why some people think Sacred isn't just Beyoncé's project anymore. Rumor has it Jay-Z is circling it like it's his next big move. Lifeline. That's where Sacred comes in. Because while Jay-Z's business world might be wobbling, Beyoncé is out here creating something fresh and entirely her own. She's taking full control, no questions asked. And if you want proof of how serious she is about this move, just watch Beyoncé proudly showing off Sacred during her wash day.
Tiny bit of moisture seal before flat ironing. The stigma and misconception is that people that wear wigs don't have long and healthy hair. That's some bullshit, because it ain't nobody business. I'll get back to my hair. I like to blow dry my hair on medium heat because I try to stay away from as much heat as possible and using the old school pressing comb. I've chosen color over perms or relaxers.
And of course, it's not just Beyoncé calling the shots. Tina Knowles is right beside her as the vice chairwoman, keeping the whole thing rooted in the family's deep salon legacy. It's personal for them. What really ties it all together is Tina herself stepping up to explain exactly why Sacred exists and how it connects straight back to their beginnings, the same salon culture that started it all.
So we had our own little products that she's been thinking for years. We all know she has all this colored hair that she wears wigs a lot to protect her hair. But, she wanted to keep her hair healthy. And this girl will put some salon in her head. I'm like, how are you doing that when you've been somewhere for 2 days? But she will do it, and she'll cut her hair. She'll do all this crazy stuff to it, but she keeps her hair healthy. Yeah.
Even Solange has her fingerprints on this. Not in the boardroom, but in the heart of the inspiration. Remember, both she and Beyoncé literally grew up inside Tina's salon in Houston, soaking up that energy, that creativity, that vibe. That space built who they are today, their style, their confidence, their artistry. So, Sacred isn't just a brand. It's a tribute to their family's heritage and hustle.
My mom owned a hair salon. I grew up with every type of Black woman, from lawyers to doctors to teachers to the everyday Black woman to the side chick to, you name it. And
right.
These women were my aunties. They were my teachers. They were the reflections of everything that I wanted to be as a woman.
And that's exactly why the thought of Jay-Z allegedly trying to slip in and take control of this is raising alarms everywhere. This isn't Rock Nation, and it's definitely not Tidal. This is different. This is something Beyoncé and her family built from the ground up, rooted in legacy, love, and generations of grind. To Solange, it's not just business. It's sacred. And let's be real, Solange and Jay-Z's tension didn't start yesterday. Everyone remembers that unforgettable night in 2014, after the Met Gala, the elevator, the cameras, the chaos. Solange went full big sister mode on Jay-Z, while Beyoncé stood calm, like she'd seen this movie before. That clip became one of the most iconic and talked about celebrity moments of the decade. You don't even need a reminder. But just in case, here's that infamous Met Gala elevator video that had the entire world buzzing. And sure, they all tried to play it cool afterward, but let's be real, that elevator moment said it all. There's been tension simmering beneath the surface for years. Solange wasn't afraid to check Jay-Z back then, and she's allegedly not afraid to check him now. So when whispers started spreading that Jay-Z might be trying to slip into Sacred, fans didn't waste time connecting the dots. Of course, Solange would snap. It's giving total deja vu. Only this time, the fight isn't in an elevator, it's in the boardroom. And word is, Solange isn't backing down at all. She's furious, she's speaking up, and she's making it clear that Sacred is untouchable. This is family territory, and no one's crossing that line. And honestly, should anyone be surprised? Solange snapping at Jay-Z feels familiar because Tina Knowles allegedly throwing shade his way isn't new either. This wouldn't even be her first time doing it. Fans have been spotting subtle signs for years. Case in point, back in late 2024, out of nowhere, Tina's Instagram account was caught liking a post that mentioned the serious allegations tied to Jay-Z. Fans immediately noticed and started talking, saying Tina was finally showing her true feelings slip. The internet exploded the moment that like appeared. Everyone was yelling shade. Tina Knowles tried to clean it up quick, claiming she was hacked and insisting she doesn't play about her family. But let's be honest, plenty of people didn't buy it. Fans still think it was her quiet way of sending a message before reeling it back to keep the peace. And then came her own words during her appearance on the Run-Through with Vogue podcast. Tina Knowles laughed about always slipping up on social media and even admitted she ignores Jay-Z's advice sometimes. She said, "He'll tell me, if you're gonna read somebody, at least spell your words right." It might have sounded playful, but fans caught the tone. They saw it as Tina subtly clapping back, proving she's not about to let Jay-Z control her voice. Subtle. Shade, but shade nonetheless. And don't forget her memoir, Matriarch. In it, Tina Knowles opened up about Beyoncé and Jay-Z's early dating days, and let's just say, it wasn't exactly a fairy tale. She even mentioned another man in the mix and hinted that things were complicated. Fans took that as a not-so-subtle reminder that Jay-Z wasn't always the obvious choice. So now, when people say Tina's shading Jay-Z over Sacred, it completely adds up. She's never gone full scorched earth on him. But the hints, the likes, and those oops, did I say too much, moments all point to one thing: Tina Knowles is clearly not Jay-Z's biggest fan. And if Solange and Tina are already side-eyeing Jay-Z like this, the real question is, where does that leave Beyoncé? Because while Solange is allegedly fuming and Tina's dropping her signature shade, Beyoncé's out here doing what she does best, staying silent, smiling for the cameras and pretending everything's picture perfect. But deep down, that silence says everything. On one side, she's got her husband, a man known for turning everything he touches into his empire. On the other, her sister and mom practically shouting, "Not this time." It's a full-on family showdown brewing beneath the glam. And honestly, if Tina and Solange are already this fired up, it seems like it's only a matter of time before everything spills into something much messier. Because let's be honest, protecting Sacred isn't about money, it's about legacy. It's pride, independence, and Beyoncé proving she doesn't need Jay-Z's hand in everything she creates. And if Jay-Z really tries to slide into Sacred, that's not just business. That's crossing a family line that may never be forgiven. So, what do you think? Is Jay-Z really trying to take over Beyoncé's new empire, or is everyone just reaching? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, share this video, and make sure to subscribe. See you on the next one.